over. And this really shows the team's versatility that they've got such a breadth of strategies that they can use that, I mean, man, do they look good.
Yeah. Really, really impressive. And Imp, though, in a little bit of trouble, has to use his flash there. Wow. And actually, Mata just out of position a bit in that fight. I really want to see a replay of that, actually. That's not a common situation you see Imp and Mata get in.
I mean, really, what probably happened there was Boink caught him with the grasping roots, and then they just got some damage down. But
oh, speaking of catching people with grasping roots, Mata getting caught.
Bushes.
Yeah, indeed. But hey, you know, there's a fairly good chance that Garen's not going to be in that bush.
It's true. The day we see Garen in Champions.
Exactly. Then we'll start talking about the dude potential.
That's right. Dude potential of every brush.
Yep.
All right, well, CS pretty even across the board right here. Bang does have that advantage. We did see quite a bit of heavy pushing up in that top lane. Imp's been zoned out for a while right now, too, which is going to Bang a little bit of an edge. And they're really, you can watch their positioning right now, Bang and Boink, really using their range to the maximum right there in terms of pushing Imp out.
And it's a great lane against what MVP Ozone has, too, honestly. I mean, I feel like Bang and Boink are kind of saying, all right, you know, we don't know if we can quite outplay these guys in lane, so we need to take long range, safer champions, just get a bit farmed up and kind of wait for those opportunities to kind of come for us. So smart choice, I think, by picking up Caitlyn and Zyra.
Right, and they're not shoving this turret, they're just trying to increase the CS lead right here.
Yeah.
So what they're doing is they know that if they can stop him from getting a lot of items early on and keep him underfarmed, then once they actually reach the mid game, Dade will be the only major damage threat. Because if we look right now, Alm is building very tanky at the moment, so it's going to be probably a little bit before he gets his Zhonya's.
Well, looks like Ozone's setting up for a dragon attempt, though. We'll see if they can get away with it. They're trying to push that lane ahead as fast as they can right now. Imp taking care of that. Looks like they're going to go ahead and start dragon, maybe. Yeah, they're going to go for it. Okay, no vision, actually, for Zenix's Blast right now. They've got to know this is probably going on, but...
Yeah, they have 5 men, though. There's no way that Stark can get down there. The thing he needs to do is push as hard as possible.
Yep, there's the dragon, though, for Ozone, but will they take too much damage on this top lane turret? I mean, not a whole lot, but they will take some.
Yeah, but we can see Alm just lightning rushing his way all the way back up into that top lane.
Yeah, man, he got there fast. Wow.
And if you look right there at Alm's route, you saw he was thinking about going through Tribe Rush, but then he decided against it. They didn't have good knowledge about where quality
They do
was.
catch Mata, actually. Imp trying to come in as well on that Lantern, trying to get away, not going to make it. Bang picking up that kill. Quality trying to rappel down on Mata. He's going to flash over the wall. That's going to be fine. He's going to get away, but Imp going down uncharacteristically early. Interesting. Wow.
Yeah,
and I mean, it just shows how dangerous Blast is. They are a good team.
They are very good. And this is going to be, I think, the tenor of Champions Summer is that these teams are all so good and at such a high level now.
Man, it's going to be such a great season. I'm so excited that we're in this again. It's our 3rd season together, you know?
That's right.
Already. It's gone well. Time flies when you're...
Casting LOL?
Casting LOL, yep, and having fun. Maybe certain games of LOL.
All right, so there we go. Bang and Boink finally taking down the turret right here. They have a significant CS edge. So as I was saying before we got into that fight, the king in the
Stark.
top.
Whew. Good man. It's pretty close.
So when they shut down Imp here, the only main damage threat is going to be Dade. Meanwhile, Malzahar is a huge damage threat still, and so will Caitlyn.
Yeah.
And at this point, it may be enough to give them that edge that Blast needs to win the team fights. They've done a very nice job of shutting down. We can see a 700 gold lead already for Bang, and a little bit of a deficit because of that kill between Dade and Many Reason.
Quality getting chased, so they catch home. They catch home in the Cataclysm. He's going to try to do some damage. The Stark tries to lightning rush away. Dandy a little bit trapped as well. Safeguard back to home. They're going to make it, or will they? Rappel coming down from Dandy. Can they catch home? Oh, really nice catch for Stark. And they get him, man. Greyjoy Rebellion, what?
That's right. Coming back, really good chase right there. Dandy doing everything in his power with the Dragon's Rage and Tempest Cripple to stop that gang from going down, but it just wasn't enough. And again, that's the all-in power of Jarvan against Kennen. He is a very strong pick. That matchup is great for Jarvan.
Yeah. Well, I gotta say, Blast looking pretty good early on in the game.
Yeah, no early Ravenous Hydra for Stark this game. Instead, just going straight up tank build, confident that Malzahar and Caitlyn can provide the damage needed, that he doesn't have to add very much, he just has to be a wall in front of them.
Not a bad idea at all. Why not? He'll be the wall that protects the realms of men.
There you go.
And Dada getting a little bit caught. There's the ultimate from any reason coming on. Though with the counter engage gets one. Quality in trouble as well. Boink on the move. Oh, he manages to actually get Dade. So they do trade 1-for-1 for now. No, it's actually, yeah, 1-for-1.
Yeah, the Dade and many reasons both going down right there.
Out of that. Man.
A timely repel.
He's a slippery spider.
Well, I mean, it was a good setup right there in order to get that out, but I mean, they didn't have vision in the fog of war to detect the Zyra ultimate coming in, and that results ultimately in an uneven trade.
Yeah. Not bad. So we do have him pushing this lane. Not going to try to freeze it or anything like that to get himself some more farm. Just going to be content to take the pressure off that turret. And I feel like that's because all the action is in mid lane right now. He needs to be there. That Halo arrow is so helpful. But will he be able to get there in time? More damage being put onto this mid lane turret.
Yeah, Bang and Boink doing an excellent job of using this Zyra Caitlyn combo to put down the poke and put down the turret damage.
That's right.
And it'll be a big win if they can take out this mid turret, because they've got a lot of pick potential as well with their composition. They've got a lot of champions that are able to set up picks at range.
Yep.
And the more forward wards they get, the better chance they're going to have of making that actually happen.
Yeah. Oh, that mid turret's getting so low right now. Mata missing a very close death sentence that could have set up the fight they were looking for, but not quite getting it.
And again, look at how even this game is early on in terms of gold total, in terms of map control as well. And finally, Zenix Blast grouping up. They say it's time for this middle turret to go down, and it will.
One hit, yeah, that's all it takes. And they may want to go in more. Oh, Stark gets a cataclysm on the 3 members. There's a box from Mata immediately. Home coming in from the outside. Nice lightning rush. Nice slicing Maelstrom here, but Blast kiting wonderfully. Bang a little bit low. He does go down, and Ozone now taking it to him. A pretty even fight overall. Look at this, such a scrappy fight. Zyra with the good ultimate. Who's going to come out ahead? Hard to tell, but many reason. Going critical mass with the triple kill. Dade answers with one himself. A quadra kill though for many reason. Dade gets out of the fight. It will be an ace for Ozone, but only barely. Man, the fights these teams have had have just been insane.
Well, I mean, we're dealing with a lot of, both of these compositions really want to go for those team fights.
Yeah.
And the game has been so close that we're dealing with these very bloody engages.
Yeah.
And right there, Zenix Blast actually had a good engage, but the counter engage from Kennen was so perfect that it prevented Zenix Blast from getting the combo they needed. The null zone came too late. It didn't come to follow up the good Cataclysm that Stark got down right there, just because of the zone and the reaction coming from Ohm as he came in with that slicing Maelstrom. So Zenix failing really to layer their abilities. And with the champions that Zenix has, if they fail to do that, when you have a consistent damage output that's coming out of Rise right now, you're going to actually lose those team fights.
You know, it's really interesting, too. I mean, we talked about the positioning abilities that Ohm has, and we really saw it come into play. That would have been a much, much worse fight for MVP Ozone if he hadn't had such great positioning with that Kennen ultimate. And I mean, that's like Home to a T. If you want like a little replay to show like what Home does as a player, that's it.
That's right. He zones. He's one of the best players at zoning in team fights. We saw this with his Shen too in the finals, and that's like his special talent is that.
Oh, Stark might get a bit caught here. Home trying to layer, trying to get that stun. Dandy safeguarding in. There's the Q. Stark going back to the banner. They've got a couple members here. MVP Ozone may have overextended. There's the ultimate from Home, but can he get away? Very low, the ignite down as well. Trying to make it, and they barely escape. That turret very low, but Zenix Blast not quite able to dive it. Close call for Home, though.
They will take the turret, though, so still a win for Blast.
Wow.
And interesting, we actually see a Zhonya's first on this Malzahar.
It was a very fast Zhonya's too. He had that by like, I think around 14 minutes if I saw right.
Yeah, so he's really going for that survivability. Malzahar doesn't have the shortest cooldowns of the game, so that'll give him a little bit more survivability. He can get a second rotation off.
Yep. Now here's the situation. I mean, Blast has this little bit of a map advantage by having that outer ring of turrets down. So the question is, can Blast capitalize on it? They've had a good early game and a decent mid game, but can they close? That's kind of the question you ask about a lot of these newer teams. So this is a big opportunity, I think, for Blast to show their stuff.
Yes, absolutely. They need to be able to actually take the advantage that they have right now and translate that into the win, even though we still have, of course, the very close gold total so far.
Yeah.
And take a look right now at what Zenix Blast is doing. They want those picks. They as soon as the outer ring of turrets fell, they immediately buy a bunch of vision wards. They go into the jungle and they start placing them.
Exactly.
Now, MVP Ozone knows that they're doing this, so they're also buying vision wards right now, and it's actually a huge ward war that's going on inside of MVP Ozone's jungle.
Yeah.
Because the pick potential is so high from Zenix Blast with all of their single target high damage abilities and single target CC.
And that's what's really cool to me is a lot of the subtle stuff that goes on behind the scenes.
Are they going to try and sneak a
Baron?
Baron?
There's no vision. There's actually no vision for Ozone right now. Zenix Blast can absolutely do this.
And that
no reaction from Ozone either.
Malzahar great at doing fast Barons with that percent damage.
Oh, Ozone knows. Here they come. Can they get the steal? I don't think so, yeah. And Mata, they have to be so careful that the engage doesn't happen over the wall.
Brilliant Baron play right there from Zenix Blast. They came back after that outer turret. Just look at the level of strategy that we're seeing here from Zenix Blast. They have the pick composition, so they come back with all the vision wards, throw them down, have an Oracle as well, realize that there's no actual barrier to getting that 18-minute Baron, and then with the team composition that they have, with the high damage coming out of Caitlyn, with the percent damage coming out of Elise and coming out of Malzahar, they are able to actually bring it down pretty fast at this point in the mid-game.
And it's a fairly early Baron, too. I mean, 18 minutes or so.
It's a very early Baron.
Yeah, that's not a time we see a lot a Barons taken. At least not
unless you're a
KT
Rollster B.
I was going to say,
like
not
normal
without a lot of
timing.
machete items or something, but yeah. Like 3 Spear to the Elder Lizards or something, maybe you could think about it. But
And interestingly, we do see Dade going for that Spirit Visage again. Now, I thought this game he would be building a little bit more damage-oriented, but that's not actually what we're going to see. He's still very concerned about Malzahar, and for good reason with the amount of single target burst that he can put down. But this leaves MVP Ozone with not a lot of good team fight damage. So, compared to a Caitlyn with Infinity Edge and Seal, they're a little bit behind as far as damage goes when it comes to 80 carries.
Varus isn't exactly the highest damage carry ever either, so if you don't have Rise doing damage too, it gets a little bit risky.
As we move into the late game, these problems will subside. But for now, I feel Zenix Blast has a really strong timing, of course, with this Baron buff as well.
Oh, yeah, of course.
There's the pick.
Dandy. Yeah, they're going to try to get him. Oh, nice Varus ultimate. And then the Kennen ultimate coming in, catching a good amount of people. And can Blast do this? I don't know. Dandy on the outside of the fight. Zyra already down. Imp gets taken out. And so far, it's 3-3. Another very scrappy fight. 2 kills already for Dandy. He's going to chase down Stark as well. Oh, he's got a ward. Can he catch him? I don't know, man. I don't know if he can quite catch him. It looks like they did win the fight. Oh, he gets the Q. There it is. And the execute. The Lannisters send their regards. And Stark goes down. Another ace, but just barely, man.
Yeah, very nice play.
Team fights.
The real key to that fight was Imp landing the Chain of Corruption, because Zenix Blast made a pretty substantial positioning error where they grouped up far too closely when they were sieging that turret and trying to create that pick. Yeah. And in fact, what happened was Dandy got hit by the cocoon, but then the reaction from Blast was to all group up to try and get into the narrow part of the entrance to the jungle. Right. And MVP Ozone took advantage of that immediately and came in to actually get the engage they wanted to follow up with a lot of AoE damage from Kennen and Rise. And Zenix reacted very poorly. We'll take probably a look at that again in just a second. It was a really good decision from MVP Ozone, and you could tell they set that up too. Dandy's like, well, I can actually bait them into grouping right there.
Yeah. I mean, I think we had a good 3 or 4 person Chains of Corruption followed up by like a 3 or 4 person Hail of Arrows.
Yes, the Hail of Arrows was beautiful by him.
Yeah. Oh, Dandy coming in, kicking Boink out of the fight. They take him out very, very quickly here. Dandy giving his life for that one. Doesn't set up a good team fight for Ozone, though. Will we see a great Varus ultimate lock up a lot of members? Cataclysm traps 3 members of Ozone, though. Start very tanky right now. They do get him. I don't know, many reasons getting caught a little bit here. Home on the outside, he's solo healthy, can't get in with the slicing Maelstrom. And this is actually going to be a win for Zenix Blast the Dragon.
Yeah, that was a fight where they didn't get grouped up as much, even though we did see, again, a very good Chain of Corruption coming out of him.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the same effect. So Zenix Blast, you can see, is if they engage more broadly, and you could turn it into a skirmish fight if you're Zenix Blast. The more spread out you are, the better off you're going to be if you're Blast with the single target damage from the least Malzahar and Caitlyn.
I mean, and this is where Imp really is not going to shine, unfortunately, on Varus. He doesn't have that big-time dueling champion. He's going to have a hard time. Let's take a look at that fight.
And a good kick, but unfortunately it was on the support, so not doing as much, and Dandy just getting sucked right in there.
Yeah.
So there's the Chain of Corruption. It does hit 3, 4 people in total, but what a good Cataclysm from Stark lining that one up.
Absolutely.
And many reasons follow up here. Does able to get he's again the null zone a little late on the Cataclysm, which is one of the real shames, is that many reason used the null zone, I feel, too early to actually try and burst down Dandy. If he had waited until that Cataclysm come up, or waited a little bit later on in that fight, it would have been even more effective, and we would have come out with a bigger win for Blast.
Now, you know, after that fight, though, we've got a very even game. Look at that, even gold, even kills. And the turret advantage for Blaze, I mean, it's not going to be as big of a deal because Ozone cleared all the wards out of their jungle. So we're back to, I think, a very even situation. But it is going to come down a lot to that damage in the late game, and that's going to be the sticking point for Ozone, I think.
Yeah, but Ozone is getting more time to farm.
They do, yeah, they are.
And in spite of the Baron from Blast, they are still nearly even in gold right now.
Baron's over now.
That's right. And so the damage now going up and up and up. Archangel's complete for Dade now. He should be extremely close to his Seraphs here at 24 minutes.
He's had a lot
this
of
is
time.
a normal Seraph's timing for Rise, if you build Rod of Ages first, is 24 minutes.
Okay.
So
a little bit late, but not too much if he finishes it soon, which, as you said, he probably will. But can Blast close things out? That's the question again. They've had some good team fights. Everything's very scrappy this game.
yeah, it's a very exciting game. I mean, we have 28 kills at 25 minutes right now.
What a great series, man. This is just like, this is how I wanted to kick this season off. I'm so happy we're getting such a good series.
Yeah, and it shows, too, that these new teams into champions, these newly formed teams, should be taken quite seriously.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Zenix Blast, they've kind of slipped in terms of their warding right now. MVP Ozone definitely has that advantage, and this is where Mata, as a hugely talented support player in terms of vision control, really shines.
Yeah. Oh, Dandy gets a Q on the Bang, actually, but unfortunately not able to capitalize on it. That was a close call, man. If you're an AD carry and you get that Lee Sin Q on you, you're going to be a little bit nervous for a short time. Luckily, he had friends very close. All right, Ozone wanting to push this. They want to have that good team fight. Ohm trying to find that positioning. They're going to have to back off a little bit now, though.
This Ozone could definitely fight right now. They got the Seraphs finally.
Mata. Look at Mata.
They really want to fight, but they have to get the right engage.
No ward there. Mata actually, oh man, Bang getting so close. If he stays on the left side of that lane, Mata could get a sick death sentence.
Look at this. Dandy's actually waiting to get coming from behind right here.
Yeah, he wants to kick him towards the team. That's kind of what Lee Sin does. I'm like Captain Obvious casting today, apparently. Lee Sin kicks people, Monte Cristo. That's what he does.
He's got all the Dragon's Rage in him.
That's right.
He takes it out with his feet.
You know, interestingly enough, though, Dragon's not really known for their kicking.
Right.
They usually have kind of shorter, stubbier legs. Like, when's the last time you've seen a Dragon kick anything?
I know, we should really call it Hunter's Rage.
Right, exactly. That's right. punter's range. Everybody says they're kind of the weird ones on the football team anyway, so I don't know. I always thought it'd be great to be a punter. You can just like practice one thing and be like super good at that. All the punters out there are hating me right now. It's like, but it's okay because there's not that many of them.
That's right, there are very few.
Yeah. Oh, I'm getting a bit caught here. And start thinking about coming in, backing off there.
Okay.
I do respect punters. I respect everybody. It's not smart to make fun of football players when you're a nerd, man. That's actually, I'm treading a dangerous ground here.
Too true. Gotta watch your back.
I know, I'm gonna have you teach me Muay Thai or something. I'll be like ungbocking all over the place.
You know, there's only so much with Muay Thai you can do against 300-pound football players, I'll tell you.
You don't do well in the clinch. Well, here we go. Nice Cataclysm actually trapping Dade. But in the meantime, a great ultimate comes in from Ambit. Oh, looking very, very good. Oh man, I think this is going to be okay for MVP. Ozone, many reasons, tries to lock up Dandy. Can they capitalize on it? Ozone coming in, 3 kills already. 3 for 2, and Imp trying to back away a bit. Didn't want to duel those carries. Oh, nice block from Dade! Saved him, there's the immediate lantern.
And what a close kill right there.
Yeah.
That was a risk from Dade, actually taking the bullet for his support.
So good, dude.
Quick calculation on the damage right there from the ace in the hole.
No
Wow.
kidding, man. Like the computer in Dade's brain was like calculating. He's like, I need to know if the damage is going to be up. His brain is like calculating. All right, affirmative. And he's like, all right, I'm blocking it.
Everything just pauses in his mind
That's
for
right.
that split second.
It's like all the sound goes, and like everything slows down, and yeah. He's like, tank, load the jump program.
All right,
He's
so let's take a look at this engage again. So another flash, that death sentence doesn't land.
That would have
Dade,
hit pre-patch.
Dade gets zoned out on the side, so looking pretty good for Blast initially in this fight, but the follow-up just too strong start, finding himself targeted down very quickly. And this is a big reason why they lost, was that he didn't get any kind of good ult off right there. You really don't want to ult Lee Sin if you're Many Reason right now. And he was knocked down so quickly in terms of health that he couldn't really help the fact that he wasn't a big contributor in that team fight. And again, Zenix Blast, they haven't gotten the combos that they want to get down. We still haven't seen.
Oh, quality, they managed to pick him up. Look at that! Evaporated Spider, anyone?
You gonna step on that Spider?
Exactly, man. They didn't step on him, they vaporized him. It's now Spider Death, which sounds so gross, actually, creepy.
This will be a Baron for MVPOs.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Any reason's like, well, I'm getting the blue buff.
Wow, Ozone actually playing this surprisingly cautiously.
Well, I mean, they don't want to go 1-1. I can't blame them.
They don't want to get null zoned in Baron pit.
That's the thing, man. I mean, Cataclysm, null zone, they know Blast is still very dangerous. Ace Null coming in, taking a chunk out of all. Not a very big chunk, though. Baron getting lower and lower. Can Stark steal it? He's thinking about it. Home coming in, has to use the Zonias right away, though. Does zone quite nicely. Baron's still up. Bang takes out Home. And Baron lives through all this. Stark gets away, too. Oh, are they going to get it? There's the box coming in. Can Dade and the rest of the team do okay? Imp trying to focus on Bang. It's a duel of carries. Ozone coming up big in this fight. Huge in this fight instead. 1 for 3. Not bad, but no health to take down Baron. They're going to be happy with it, though.
Mata is absolutely mind-blowing in these games on Thresh. Coming back in, he knows the limits of the champion so perfectly. And 2, MVP Ozone's team fighting is so beautiful right now. If you watch Many Reason, nearly the second he hit Zonia's, everyone changed targets at the exact same time. So the reaction, the teamwork from Ozone, wow, these guys are impressive.
Where they've got like USB cords like running underneath the tables that connects to their brains and stuff. These guys are in sync, man. I don't mean that 90s band.
Oh, too bad.
I know.
Well, soon enough, I think Zenix Blast is going to be going bye-bye-bye.
Oh, no, I knew it was coming. Well, soon in our next match, I could say Najin Blackstreet Sword is back, all right. I don't know if that works. That's Backstreet Boys. There was also a band called Blackstreet, though, wasn't there? R&B? I don't know. There was. Yeah, they did the No Diggity. If I'm going back to my 90s R&B knowledge category in my brain.
Oh, Mata gets another catch.
He does indeed, catching a spider, but the repel coming down onto Dandy. Dandy, though, kicking him right back in, man. punting that spider, and Ohm escapes on the lantern. Nice pick again, and with Dandy out of the fight, that's going to put a lot of pressure onto Blast.
So the Baron's staying up for all of this. So MVP Ozone has another chance to get the Baron right here. Ohm low, he is going to recall.
Yeah.
But they do have that vision control right now. Over River, over Baron Pit.
Yeah.
And they got a chance. And they have a lot of damage too. They've got Blade of the Ruined King for that percent damage, as well as, of course, Rise, who's an insane Baron killer.
Well, you know what? Rise wants it that away.
He does.
So it's good kill. Oh man, that would be a great lead carry song. Rise wants it that away.
I love it.
Get out of community. We're just the idea, guys. We don't actually produce anything.
Okay, so MVP Ozone playing this very cautiously.
Yeah.
And Zenix
They need
Blast,
to.
they've done a hell of a time this game, and in fact, they've really defended their turrets well.
They could still win. They still have a 4-2 turret lead. I mean, this game is so crazy. I mean, what a crazy series in general. Imp trying to bait a little bit. Doesn't look like Blast is going to take the bait quite yet. We'll see. Okay, yeah, there's a standard.
Just checking the bushes right there. We're back into the Baron wars.
Stark's on fire. Oh no.
Stark's on fire.
Yep. Burning with desire.
Wow, that's a Hammerfall.
I know, a Hammerfall reference. Are you pretty impressed? Oh, Stark coming in. There's the Cataclysm. Does he get a good one though? Home a little bit trapped here. Imp taking a lot of damage. Nice focus from Blast. He does get out of the fight though. Ignite ticking down. Imp does sign a Malzahar. And now Blast taking this fight. Can they do it? Can they finish it off? Dandy a bit low here. 2-2 on both sides. And Bonk gets a bit grabbed. Ozone having to disengage a bit there. Mana very, very low. Are they going to be able to get him? It looks like they may be able to. Dandy, the last member of Ozone alive. He's going to have to make it out, and a win just barely again. All these fights have been so close that we just have not seen these teams have the ability to get a lot after them.
Yeah, that time Many Reason actually he did an enormous amount of damage to Imp and took him out of the fight very quickly, which was really the critical part right there, because without that, MVP Ozone does lack a certain amount of damage without that AD carry. Of course they have Rise in this. This Kennon's starting to do more and more damage, but really, like, Bang with his Bloodthirster, Infinity Edge, and Phantom Dancer now is just going to be doing so much quality, though.
Yeah.
He's gonna
Whoa, kick the spider.
Or
punch the spider, I guess.
Danny can kill everybody.
Oh no, yeah, Dandy may actually kill everybody. There goes Boink. Goodbye. Double kill, and gonna get Stark. Maybe the recall canceled. Oh, he's gonna get the triple. Oh, or is he? Yes, he is. Stark in trouble. Dandy with the Lee Sin God tier play here. There it is. We'll give it to him. Unofficial triple. Why not?
And the crowd goes wild.
Yeah.
Dandy with the fast recall and respawn coming in and taking out the last three members. This will be a free Baron afterwards. A hell of a play from Dandy.
If this is your first time watching Korean League of Legends, this is kind of just what Lee Sin does here, I mean. But that was exceptional. Even still, goodbye, Baron.
Yeah, you know, really though, Zenix Blast, they did a very poor job of calculating how fast Dandy would be back with boots and mobility and home guard after he recalled.
Look at that.
And Zenix Blast getting a little greedy right there, but look at these Lee Sin mechanics. I mean, you can't predict that Dandy would be able to do this. His follow-up Q onto Stark was something else.
Warding into the tri-brush to get there a little bit quicker.
Now look at this, he lands the Q and he waits for the combo because he knows it's coming and then follows him afterwards. That is just brilliant Lee Sin play.
Who says Lee Sin can't be effective in the late game?
Not anybody anymore.
Not in Korea, at least, no. He puts the skill in the skill shot, dude.
So now we have double GAs. So the reason
on Lee Sin, yeah.
GA on Lee Sin, GA on Rise for Dane. And the reason behind this is that they know if they can survive the first Malzahar burst and come back up, that they'll win the longer team fight, right?
Very
They
good
just
point,
have to come up. And that's why Dane 2 having this Hextech Revolver for the extra spell vamp in addition to his ultimate. Because once that Malzahar ult is gone, pretty much the team fight for Zenix Blast has a huge dip in terms of power.
This is such a different team fighting style than we've seen in the past too, where it's not just like big wombo combos insta-gibbing people. It's like long, drawn-out stamina team fights, and it's cool. I like it.
Well, we are seeing the wombo combo from Zenix Blast. They're trying desperately to get it,
Yeah,
but with
they're trying, yeah.
GA is an item that really counters the wombo combos nicely, because if you can snap back up and you can get back into sustaining, and both